Joining us now, Republican Senator from Nebraska, Deb Fischer, and Independent Senator from Maine, Angus King. They are here with their new bipartisan plan to help working families. It's called the Strong Families Act. Welcome to you both. Deb Fischer, we'll start with you. Tell us about what you're trying to get through here. Done.
It's great to be with you this morning. You know, it's just been such a pleasure to work with Senator King on a number of pieces of legislation, but we're very excited about this one because it is a balanced approach. It recognizes and respects that families have unique needs, and we need to help them with that to offer a good plan, but it also balances that with the cost of doing business that employers face.
And how did the two of you come together to work on this? And how do you think anything will happen actually in Washington that gets you to where you want to go with the working families, the Strong Families Act? Nothing seems to be happening there.
No, but as you said earlier, the Surf and Turf Caucus, we try to work on just common sense solutions that are out there. How's this going to play out? We think it should be a very easy bill to pass because it does recognize different needs that people have. It's common sense, and we do that.
And the reality is around here, nothing goes anywhere unless it's bipartisan. I mean, that's just the arithmetic. That's the math of the place. And so we've got to start from that basis. I'm an independent, Deb's a Republican, and we think this is working people having some paid family leave and supporting employers who want to provide that, particularly wage hourly workers, and that's who's really been left out of this conversation.
Absolutely.
And that's where this is going, and we think this is time. We're one of the only, I think, the only major industrialized country in the world that doesn't have some measure of paid family leave, and I think we've come up with a plan that makes sense and ought to appeal across the aisle if people, in fact, want to get something done.
Willie.
Senator Fischer, it's Willie Geis. I'll just read for our audience a little bit what's in the Strong Families Act. A tax credit for firms that offer paid leave. Employees can take leave on an hourly basis, pro-rata portion of FMLA leave for part-time employees, etc. There are a few other things in there. Senator King just touched on it. We are almost unique in the world in how poorly we do in this area. My wife, I remember we have 2 children. She got like 4 weeks or something, and then it was unpaid, and she could take disability or cobble together some vacation time to take the time she needed. It's high time, isn't it, that we caught up with the rest of the world here?
You know, I think we need to recognize that 2/3 of the big companies already offer this, and what Angus and I are excited about is the focus that we have on working families, on those low-wage earners, on the hourly earners there. This is going to give them flexibility. If they need to take off an hour or 2 to care for an aging parent or to take a child to the doctor, this will be something they're going to be able to do. But again, as I said, it also recognizes the cost of doing business. And so we're trying to balance that. We're trying to find a way that we can encourage employers to offer this and not have it another mandate from the federal government when we're still faced with kind of a struggling economy here.
Jeremy Peters, jump in.
Senators, I know one area of bipartisan agreement, in addition to what you're discussing now, is kind of the lack of satisfaction that members of both parties have with this White House's engagement, this president's effectiveness in reaching out to you. And I wonder, as we face these issues, whether or not you're talking about foreign engagement, immigration law, are you satisfied with the job the White House is doing? Are you happy with the president and the role he's playing with you guys?
Well, I would say anytime you can increase dialogue between the branches of government, the better. The president has said that he's looking for more flexibility with regards to this issue and wants to work on it, wants to reach out. I agree with that. I know Angus does too. Like I said, we think this is a plan that's going to work. I would like to see him more engaged on issues, though.
Senators, go ahead, Angus.
No, I was just going to say, generally, I think that is a criticism, but last summer we did a bipartisan bill on student loans. He got very involved in that and was very helpful in putting that over the line at the end. So I think this is one, we haven't discussed it with the White House, but it fits in with the overall priorities, talking about trying to provide some additional workplace flexibility to families. And you know, I think we can build some momentum here and carry them along with us. I certainly hope so.
Hopefully. I mean, as someone who took part in the Working Families Summit, it is certainly part of their core beliefs and goals. So you would think, and Senators Deb Fischer and Angus King, thank you very much for sharing with us on the show this morning. Coming up.